Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I am DK Kim and I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And before you ask me why do I have a Nissan on my background, well, you'll find out on my channel. But today's video is about the gears I use as a automotive YouTuber and blogger. So this is called Pelican V300 and it's a hard case. So it's going to protect your items. I can sit on this one, no problem. Very sturdy and firm, as you can see. And I have used a multiple of cases to protect my gears, but this is the ultimate case you want to get. Ever since I got my hands on the V300, I've been an avid fan of Pelican case. That's the reason why I also have this Hyundai and collaborated Pelican case as well. I use it when I travel overseas, when I need a bigger case than my V300. I also got autographs of everybody and related here. One unique case. I'll show you about this at the end of the video, but it's about this right here. The case does not come like this. I actually got myself a Velcro, so put the grill net over here so I can include some of the accessories and the water bottle, the miscellaneous stuff you need to put from time to time here. So it comes in very handy, custom ordered and put them on just to, make it stand out. But what's important is inside this case. So you can see it's a hard case, and when it's locked in real good like that. Pop this up, open this guy up. I customize all this upper part. Usually it's filled up with extra foam for safety. But what's important is underneath. So let me just pull this out. So this is actually a DJI tripod that I got. And what it does is this. So it actually stretches out 160 centimeters. So I can set it up high like this and do everything on my own. I don't really need an extra camera if I have that. It really has long, wide base length. It is one of the strongest tripod that I have seen that is actually retractable, and is also a mini size that actually fits inside the case like this. Trust me, I've gone over many tripods. I've tried this and that, and I did have the tripod fall many times. This is the hard case cover that I use for the Osmo. This is also a mini tripod that I use. This is actually for a heavyweight gimbal. The best thing about this is that, so if you lift one leg off of it, it actually all stretches and retracts together. So that's the mini tripod that I use. When I rig it all up, I will show you momentarily my action cam. It's Osmo Action 5, and I have the FOV boost lens on it. That way I can actually get the widest view possible from the narrow interior. It does get distorted because of the fisheye lens. Can't do anything about that, but it's better to have wider view than narrow view, to my understanding. So this is the reason why I have it. And the reason why I'm using the Osmo Action 5 Pro is because it allows the audio, the wireless mic that you're seeing right here, to be connected up to 2 of them. Action 4 did allow that, but it was only 1 mic. However, come this Action 5, it allows up to 2 mics. I know there's the Action 6 now in the market, but I didn't really see the need to upgrade it because I actually am waiting on the Osmo Pocket 4. I'm using Osmo Pocket 3, by the way. It's a charging case, and it's also really holds the batteries well, so it's very practical. So this is the second action cam that I use, which is Insta360 Ace Pro 2. The pros about this action cam is that it actually has the screen on top, allowing you to have the widest view possible when you're inside the vehicle to monitor what the footage is looking like. But the difference between the Ace Pro and the DJI Osmo Action is not just about the flip screens, but it's also about the color and the final result. The reason why I use 2 of these is because I actually do prefer shooting people with Insta360 while I get the wide POV with the Osmo Action. Both of the cams allow the wireless Bluetooth connection. However, the audio quality is really bad if you don't use the matching devices. So it sounds much better on Osmo devices than when you connect it to Insta360. That's the reason why. The next one is the mic, wireless mic. I use DJI Mic 2. It has a 2 wireless mic, as you can see. And it does come with the transceiver as well as the receiver, so I can connect it to whichever other device I need to use it to. But it's mostly the Osmo Pocket and the Action that I use with the Bluetooth connection. I hardly ever use this. However, when you're in a crowded area like an auto show, you might sometimes lose the connection, so you want to have this one on for the best connectivity. This case also is a charging case on its own, so it will charge the batteries on the go. That's another plus. And before anything, you always want to get a clear, nice audio than video. Poor video quality is okay to watch so long as it is okay to listen to. However, when it's the other way around, good video with poor audio, people do not watch those clips. So you always want to pay attention to the audio. That's why I always have this dead cat or the windscreen right here. It will clear any high pitch unwanted noise going into the mic. So it is a nice little pouch that comes with the mic when you buy it. Also the auxiliary cable if you need it. And these are the extra batteries for the Ace Pro. At the bottom is the adapters and readers, an extra micro SD card, the wipes, just in case you need to clean your devices, more plastic bags to store this and that, SIM card or whatever for me to lock those screws in. So this is just for an emergency. And trust me, you use this, you need this from time to time. You can probably judge by the looks of it. I actually have worked many ways to make it fit. One of the most important thing is the suction cups, 2 different length arms, and I do use the RAM mounts arm extension. You could use the other generic ones if you want to, but RAM mount is the name you can trust. As for the base and suction mounts, it's okay for you to use anything of your choice, but it's really about how handy, how easy to operate when it comes to the car devices, because you don't really have all the time in the world when you're shooting outside. So this is just the one clip suction. I put it on and lock it in. It's locked in there real good. And the reason why I have 2 different arm lengths is because, well, you have 2 different uses. This goes in front of the vehicle on the windshield, and this usually is right next to my side, so I can actually have the most even view of the wide lens. You probably saw it here. It says Ulanzi on top. This is the quick claw that I have. It allows any devices to be quickly attached and detached, and you can also lock it if you want. So I can just jump around on the tripods and suction cups, other base mounts, you name it. That's the reason why I have all this. That way you don't have to unscrew and screw all this every single time. This is lifesaver and it's very sturdy. Some of them I've been using for years. I honestly don't see myself replacing this at all. Dents here and there because, you know, I dropped it, I hit something and so forth, but it's very strong. No issue whatsoever. I also used it on my outside mount and it holds up just fine. Next up is this hand grip, which also has the Ulanzi mount on top, as you can see, just like so, wrapped around this Tilta cage. And this actually goes on top of the Osmo. The Osmo that I've been filming all this time, it also has the same Ulanzi mount, so I can go really quick like so. But the Osmo Pocket also has the detachable handle, battery handle, and the device itself, just like so. And this actually goes on top like that. And when it does, it's also a battery, extra battery charging pack. But when you have some weight to your camera devices, it actually helps with the minor vibrations. If it's too light, the device does get shaky from time to time. Where I attach this magnetic wide lens, you know, you lose this a lot, and sometimes you don't need the wide lens and you don't want to keep this inside your pocket because it's going to collect all the dust in the world. So this is another idea I came up with. Plate with adhesive on the back, so I can put it right here. One more plate right there, and that is you see, I really love this little gadgets and doing this and that with my devices. That's the reason why I decided to do the whole video, but that's where my second mic actually gets attached. That way I can actually have an exhaust and a sound, because most of the times one mic is attached to myself like now, and that is for me to get the secondary audio going into the camera just like so. Just take it out and give it to the interviewee when needed, just like so. this is where this tripod comes in handy. It is going to get quite heavy momentarily. So put it down like that. I also have little LED lighting. This is to give better lighting when I'm doing the interior shots. Trust me, you need this from time to time. And it does not interfere with the camera. It just barely misses it. Oh, it's so much better. I was getting cramped like crazy. This stretches out 160 centimeters. And I believe this was, yeah, it was actually for the Osmo 360, but attach Pocket 3 on top. Attach it on top of the Pocket 3. It's like a drone shot. To an angle like that, you know, I almost get a drone shot like this. It does withhold the Osmo Pocket 3 weight, no problem. And of course, if you like, you can attach the action cam on top. I also did this at an auto show. It comes in very handy when you can't really fly the drones. And honestly, you don't really have all the time in the world for you to operate the drone and the shooting devices, everything on your own. This is cherry on top. So that is how I easily jump back and forth and switch over between my gears. Like I've shown you, you can put your action cam on top. Just imagination is your limit. Ulanzi lighting, but it comes in a tube like this. It's much smaller in size, but it's inflatable. And all it takes is just like that. It's much brighter than what I've shown you with this one. I mean, you can see from the size of it. And the best part is it's actually quite affordable. I think it was just slightly under $50. And this lighting makes a huge difference when you shoot during the nighttime. Trust me. It is also the Ulanzi Quick Claw I showed you, but you can attach one right here or one right here to your liking. Where this guy comes in handy, put the rig right here, just like so. And maybe have it facing some like this. Then voila, look at this. This is the setup I have. Of course, you don't see it on this camera, but you have the full lighting. So you can have it shooting like that, or if it's too much in your way, you can turn it around like so. So you can get very creative with this one. You can see that everything is just quick clipped, so I can easily get it on and off. And deflating is real quick like that as well. So it's really easy to prepare yourself and ready yourself. This is also one of my favorites. It's for the Magsafe, and you can see it goes behind your phone like that. If it's Magsafe supported, it actually goes behind like this. So this is my notes. I mean, I don't have it on all the time, but when I have many details and I don't want to miss a thing, this is how I usually rig it up, set it up like that. That way I can cross-check and double-check the notes on the go. This is the best one, hands down. Next one is the extra power bank. I also bought this magnetic plate so I can attach it right here. That way, I actually have the extra power bank when I am shooting forever, for hours, something that I often do at auto shows. So I can have the cable connected to here and there so I can charge the Osmo Pocket on the go. Speaking of which, I have a multiple charging cables here because I do need the charging cables inside the car from time to time. So I have C to C, USB A to C, C to Lightning, because I need to accommodate, you know, all of those from time to time. Just like now, when I am shooting forever, I actually have this mouthwash so I can keep my mouth fresh. I am pretty much prepared for all scenarios that you would come across as a car YouTuber. I will be ready for anything and everything, and this is the ultimate setup that I came up with. Hang in there, guys. I'm not done. So this guy also works together with the Magsafe, because I would actually attach it right here. And when I do the drone shots I showed you earlier, the DJI actually offers an app for you to preview what you're recording via phone when it comes in handy. So when I have the camera attached on the top, I would actually run the Mimo app. Well, this is just the camera app, but it's You guys know what I mean. So I will see what's being recorded on the phone when I run the smartphone app. But of course, when you need to rig it up to some kind of a bar, so as long as it fits within the size, it's going to lock in there real good. All the rigs and gears I am showing you, it's probably all supported, everything except the follow shots and the chase shots you do with the cars. And that I also have the MOVMAX Smart Suction Cup. I don't really use it every day, so that's why it's not here. The extra charger outlet, I got a small tiny one. It supports up to 25 watts, so it charges much faster when you have the power outlet. But this is for the travel use. So that's what the bag looks like. That's where the extra power bank was. The light goes in like that. All the other guys goes inside like so. And that is the last device I have to show you. One of the most important thing, this is the Racebox that I use, which gives the precise 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. It uses the GPS and gives you the digits down to 100th of a second. You can turn this guy on like this. It's going to take some time for it to pick up the GPS. I think that is everything I have as far as the devices and the tools are concerned. I know this is not the ultimate professional rig setup, but the important thing is that this is geared towards you shooting and doing everything on your own. That's what the device looks like. It's measured by the GPS, so it's actually changing the speeds. Mini Pelican case is just adorable. Is another power bank, the tiny one that fits right in here. My business card holder. It's actually very Korean design on it, and yep, this is my business card. The expressway cards and credit cards, and also charging cards for the EVs. And this guy is another mini tripod with the same Ulanzi quick release on top. It doesn't do that. So I have to do all this, but it's much lighter, and also it does extend out like that. So I often bring this out. The more choices, the better. So that's everything in this section. On top here is an Advil, a Tylenol, and this is for my allergy. I'm allergic to pollens, and sometimes when it starts, I just really need one. So electronic laser measurements that is super accurate, like so. You probably saw me use it from time to time. It sometimes is important to have the right measurements, and people definitely want to know the exact laser measurements. And all of these devices I'm showing you, it's not all that expensive, $30, $40 on Amazon. The little shorter platform for the Osmo Pocket 3 when I need to attach it inside the vehicle from time to time. And this is the physical measuring tape, little tiny one. And wet wipes just in case I need it. Different ND and the wide lens and anamorphic lenses, but this is when I really need to focus on the video quality, so I don't really use it, but it's good to have them. Gloves. When you're shooting outside, like freezing cold, actually makes a big difference. Staying outside, having this versus not, big difference. I also have this gloves. This is when I actually do some spirited runs and drives. It's made of leather like so it really gives you a firm grip when you do the spirited drives and runs, just like so. One of the last one, this actually goes around the Osmo Pocket, so it's gonna get attached like that and mounted to the suction cup and also inside the car, because if you guys been there, you guys know, but it's just too long for you to attach the Pocket 3 inside the car. I seldom use that, and that's the reason why I have it. This actually comes from Insta360, and it is also meant for the 360 view cams. This one physically reduces the vibration, working like that. It is probably more easy for you to understand when I show it to you. This guy actually moves on its own to actually get rid of the vibration. I know it looks funny right now, but it actually does work when you have the proper setup rigs on top of it. Of course, otherwise they're not going to make it and sell it. So this one, I use it when I actually want the ultimate vibration reduction, and also when I do some follow shots. I have the masking tapes. I got a pen, so you need that sometimes. Alcohol wipes And I also have some blacked out tapes, so I can actually use it to cover the speedometer, so I don't have to blur and edit out the speeds. Lavalier mic for you to attach it to get the best mic possible. But now the Bluetooth mic works really great. I don't think I've ever used it for years, but I just have it as a backup just in case. That really is everything, and it's really important how you pack it. This whole thing with every devices inside, it actually weighs about 10 kilograms. Every single time I see somebody trying to help me out, give me a hand carrying this around, I always tell them it's much heavier than you think and it looks. And that's end of today's video. Wow, that was, well, anyhow, that's how I shoot. You might be able to see it on my YouTube shopping, all these items, so feel free to check it out. If you make purchases through those links, it really helps and supports my channel, so please consider doing that. And if you have any more detailed information and questions about the devices, such as the exposures and video settings I have, the audio mic settings, I don't think I'll be able to cover that in this video today, so I will come up with more video if you want to know more about it. Yeah, so this is the Pelican Air case. 1535, I believe, if I got the number right. It does the same job. You can also get the same foam inside to protect your gears, but I don't have it because usually I just use it as my travel case, and I also keep all of my N-related goodies inside, my name tags, events I've been to, the N events, and also Never Just Drive towels and everything. Autographs from the race drivers. The reason why I stick with the V300, that's the largest case that actually fits on top of the passenger seat, where I can open and close freely in between travels. I can easily access gears and swap out gears where needed. So that's the reason why you don't see this guy, but rather it's the V300 that I use for the most part. But it also gives you the protection you need, and you can do this. So it's very practical, and this guy also travels a lot with me. I usually bring this overseas when I do international travels. All right, that really is it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.